Hi everybody, it's Diane here with the Altered Book on a dreary afternoon and it's snowing. And anyway, I wanted to use this fox image and it made me sort of think of this page. And when I found this page I went, no, we're not going to be that busy today. I'm too tired. Okay, so forget that. So, because I saw that and I went, no, too busy, let's just think simple. And this just happened to pull right off the piece of paper I was reaching for, and I have paint on me. It's a total disaster. Okay. We definitely have to paint over these words or put paper under there or something. I'm not using these words. Well, that's kind of cool. Do you follow this logic though? Fox, because of the colors, they just make me think of fall. And that looked awfully spring-ish. That you can't see them. No, that doesn't go. That looks too cutesy. Well, maybe. I think it's too boring. Some people are just never happy, are they? Well, we know that about me already, don't we? No. No. And this book is taking a cue from that composition glue book I finished. Every time I think I should be getting near the end of it, there's always a lot more pages than I thought there were. Well, that's okay too. I think it looks like too cutesy. 'Cause, that's a very detailed, realistic looking illustration there. It's scrapbook paper. Did I say that? Well, these are more like the colors I was going for. I don't know if this stuff is too busy. This is an old paper that's nice and heavy. They hardly even make it like this anymore. Yeah, what is that? It's like you tell me something that the quality of the product hasn't fallen off over time. I bet you can't think of one thing. Diane's collage work, there you go. Well, it's kind of busy with that side, but that might just be too bad. What kind of an attitude is that? It's okay. Is anyone saying maybe you should have something that looks more like nature, trees, stuff like that? Do I have anything like that? I don't know. I'm looking. I mean, I probably do. But Diane, you have everything. I'll leave it out. I don't know. I'm kind of over to the left. Can you hear me? I have wood stuff. There's an actual wood, not woodsy nature. No, don't see it. There is a fine line a lot of times between, you can't see something but you don't want the background super boring. You know what I'm saying? No. Boy, Diane, some things never change with you, do they? I guess not. Well, okay, I think that tells me I don't want tree stuff then, right? That's just not gonna fly. I think though, oh, that's interesting. This, it almost makes it look too flat. For some reason that's a little different. Well, let's just take a part of this, see what happens. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Maybe we're getting somewhere. Wouldn't that be nice? Does anybody know Senator Claghorn was a takeoff of a real senator, I think, and then Foghorn Leghorn, the cartoon character, is a takeoff of him. I didn't know that for a long, long time. Isn't that interesting? The stuff you don't learn on this channel. I'm telling you. There wasn't a fox on here, was there? Coyote. I would think that's close. That's a robin, apparently. Yeah, we won't be seeing robins for a while. But, time rolls around pretty fast. One of these days on a video I'll be saying, I saw a robin today. And I hope I don't say it like that, but you never know. What if we cut these apart like they're, it's walking, so to speak. Okay, something. I'm going to put a part of this under here. That's not bad. What do you think to Diane painting this out and maybe trying to make it look like a sky a little bit? Yeah, I'd like to see that. No. All right, you'd like to see that, so okay, I'm going to pause. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to paint those words out and this down here. Okay, so we have to go to example. You remember that? Okay, folks, I'm going to go try to paint a sky. If nothing else, we're going to get rid of a lot of these words. Okay, hang on. Okay, the paint's a little wet. This is just sort of a made-up generic sky. I can add to it. I can knock it down. We'll see. Well, I was going to turn it, but no. If I have see, it's still wet. The robin feet there, that darker color is better. Unless it's from before. I think that's from before. I thought I had all the paint off me. Okay. He needs to be standing on some such thing, right? I don't like it with the pink. I was trying to make it look kind of like a sunset. Did we figure that out? That should be obvious, right? Are we going to put a phrase or anything on here? I don't know. That's okay. I know, Diane says the same thing all the time. It's okay. I don't love it. What else do I say? Maybe. I don't know, are there any new phrases in 2026 I don't know about? How could I possibly not know about a phrase, right? Oh, I looked it up. And I'm the only one dumb enough to look up this kind of information. That Senator Claghorn was not based on a real person. But Foghorn Leghorn is based on that character. I wouldn't want to give you misinformation. It's not bad. I think it's too wide. And I think I don't want white, so we'll rip it this way. Okay, and that's something. I may want to color in between his legs there. I could cut it out too. Okay. That's nice. It's boring. We need a big quote here, or a bird, or a tree, or something that I don't want to do because I said I wanted to keep this simple today. I think these feet should be cut out. What do you think? These not too great rectangles aren't cutting it for me. Well, while I'm doing this, you know, a quote would be nice. Every time I try to find a quote, I can't find one. If I stumble on one sometime, that's fine, and I might use it, but it seems like when I specifically look for one, I can't find one I like. And I know there's all kinds of sites on the internet with quotes. I usually don't like them. Yeah, that's better. I could look in my small talk phrases, I suppose. Okay. Well, I think it does need some shrubbery or trees or something. Oh, you know, I've got those tissue paper things. They're right here somewhere. Just a sec. She's still here. She's looking. And here they are. They're hung up on stuff, but they were there. There's trees in here. All right. Okay, pretend this is somewhat fussy cut. Yeah, that's nice. Goes with that too. Well, maybe we don't need a phrase. Do you have flying birds? No. How can you not have flying birds in a pack like this? Okay, oh no, there are. Okay. see, you can't. Which page is that? The bears. Is it this one? Yeah. Well, I kind of like them to go the other way. I suppose you could flip it, but it's going to be a duller image on this side. Oh, it is. It is. No, it is. No, it goes this way. Diane. You could do it that way. I don't think I really want to, but you could. Let's see. Is this wrong? No, that's right. Well, I could live with it, but you know, really, I think the not so bright kind of looks better. I could draw on a couple smaller ones. You always have to have like a friend with your birds, right? Do we need something on the bottom? Well, this isn't terrible if it was just a bit of it showing. Oh, I could live with that. Wow, she could live with something. Okay, it's kind of cool. Let me pause and glue. I'll add a couple bird friends. That could be it. That might be enough. I don't know. Think about what would you do. Okay, hang on and come back. Okay, folks, here we are. I'm calling this done. You could certainly add words, a quote, more clouds, you know, mushrooms or something. For what I wanted to do today, I think it's nice. And I will say, you know, this fox image is not real big. You start adding more stuff, he's going to start getting more lost than he already is. I did cut between his legs there. I added a faux stitch line down here, a little bird. I drew in little birds. I had a bigger one here. It was stupid. It looked like more like an angel or something. I didn't like it at all. So I'm like, well, all right, paint over it. So when I painted over it, the ink, it was this, just totally like erased. But as you can see, it left a little gray, but that's a cloud now. So that worked out fine. That worked out better than I thought it would. I added a little more white down here. Okay, I think that's nice. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a nice day.